So I tried going vegan for 30 days and I couldn't believe how I felt and what happened to my body. I generally do eat meat, but aside from just ethical reasons, since there are so many that believe that veganism can be a healthier lifestyle choice, I decided to try it for myself to see. Happy at home. Hi friends, welcome to Happy at Home. If you're new here, I'm Angie Happie Lou, and my mission with this channel is to find the best ways to maintain your youth, vitality, and longevity when it comes to dieting, exercise, beauty, and wellness regimens. I always share results from my personal experiences, so when deciding to go vegan for 30 days, I wanted to personally see, is it sustainable? Is it easy? Is it hard? I'm gonna be sharing everything I felt and how I did it, and I was shocked with what happened. I really wasn't expecting to feel how I did with this experiment, so if you're interested, keep watching. Okay, so here was the plan. I am such a planner. So of course I had big plans to start off this 30-day vegan challenge by cooking tons of veggie-centric foods, and I wanted to try and avoid fake meat options, not because I have something against it, but more so because I wanted to see what it would be like to not taste meat or anything like meat for 30 days. Well, guess what? Life was a little hectic at the time, and I did not go shopping and prepare for my challenge like I had hoped to, which honestly turned out to be a big mistake. Getting started. So instead of having tons of options for snacking, cooking meals, I was left with my good old plant protein shakes to pretty much fill me up until it was mealtime. We did start making our own plant-based milk though at home, a lot easier than I thought it would be. So I would just mix that in with my protein powder to get at least 15 to 30 grams of additional protein per day. Be sure to check out my video on what I discovered about my favorite store-bought plant-based milk and why I had to stop drinking it right here. For meals, I found myself pretty much eating a lot more refined carbs than I normally would to fill me up, like bread, rice noodles, tons of nuts, maybe about 30 nuts a day, beans, sweet potatoes, and lots of veggies. I must admit that due to my lack of planning, I was also eating out quite a bit. And at first it wasn't so bad, but I did go through a slight mourning period. I was definitely sad and not that excited about what I was eating at all. Not sure why. Maybe it was my mindset. Maybe it was because most of the people around me did not seem that supportive. Okay, side note, but is it just me or do a lot of people not like vegans? I found that many were questioning why I was doing it, telling me I'm gonna hate it and it's actually bad for me, I'll gain weight, and to top it off, no one really wanted to eat with me when it got bad. After the first week of feeling pretty bleh, I decided to try and change my mindset about the whole thing. Try to look at the positives and plan my meals out better, first off by cooking more. Home cooking is the best way to go, by the way, for any diet in my opinion, but especially vegan, not just because of the ingredients, but because it can also get very expensive, especially if you're trying to eat all organic. So starting week 2, I was cooking more, eating out less, but here's where it started getting bad. I just could not sleep. I really don't know why. Then I had so little energy during the day, no matter how much caffeine I would have, and I wanted to stay active, but I literally had no energy to support my activities. And it's not that I felt hungry either. I just had zero energy and terrible sleep, which equals worst vicious cycle ever. I also couldn't kick that depressive state of mind. I promise I tried. I'm usually able to pick myself out of the dumps pretty fast, but this time I just couldn't. Is this because I love meat so much? Jeez, who knew? I really don't know why, but I do know that after my carb-heavy meals, I would definitely go through a major midday crash. So here's how it ended. Okay, with my sleep-deprived, low-energy state, I still wanted to get through the challenge. Food-wise, I was getting pretty used to having avocado toast, veggies, and walnuts almost every single day, and my regular rotation of pasta and rice throughout the week. I definitely was not doing my usual weekday fast. Click here, by the way, to see my results on the 5-2 fasting diet that I've been doing for years now. But instead, I was having 1 to 2 regular portion meals, minus any meat, plus any protein shakes. Again, being hungry was never the problem, but by the end of week 3, I was so low on energy that during one of my tennis sessions, I nearly fainted. I felt like I couldn't hear or see very well, then things started looking a lot more bright white. Yikes. So I drove straight to Starbucks and had 2 eggs. Yep, I broke my vegan diet a week early because, to be quite honest, I was not willing to end up in the hospital after eating pavement by possibly continuing. Oh my gosh, what if I started feeling like this while I was driving? So here's what I've learned, friends. Never say you can't do something until you actually try it. and I can confidently tell you now, I can never be vegan unless my life and health depended on it. Just like any other extreme diet, it's not for everyone, and it's definitely not for me. I've done all kinds of diets, including biannual, 5-day water fast, and this one by far has been the most challenging for me, which I'm honestly so shocked about. So, is it sustainable? For me, no. Was it easy? No. Was it hard? Yes. It's been a little over a week now since I started eating animal protein again, and I haven't been gorging myself with steaks and burgers or anything, but just adding some eggs in each day, along with an additional 15 to 30 grams of some other type of animal-based protein, has helped me feel so much better. My energy and performance is starting to get back to normal, sleep is better, and overall mood 100 times better. And I promise you, this negative experience was not due to my cycle, as it came and went, and I still felt the same during the challenge. With that, I want to share some pros, cons, tips if you're ever thinking of trying this for yourself, and if I ever had to do this again, how I would plan better. Okay, number one, the most amazing part about going vegan was I had the best poops of my life every single morning. Yay! Number two, the not so amazing part was even though I had the most satisfying bowel movements, I had insane amounts of gas. More like just air, no smell coming out of me, but all day long for the first week or so. And number three, even though I was having great poops, tons of gas, I was so bloated. Like 6 months pregnant looking bloated the entire time. And number four, meal prepping and cooking at home can be really helpful in supporting the diet and making sure to get enough protein, which I unfortunately wasn't, even though I was supplementing with protein shakes. And number five, I did experiment with and really enjoyed some new vegan recipes that I will continue to incorporate into my diet from time to time. Link below for some yummy recipes. And number six, B12 intake can really become an issue, so properly supplementing is super important. I recently read a study that says we need about 50 micrograms a day, and I was taking supplements for this. Number seven, according to my OMRON scale, link below, I also happened to gain 2% body fat, but that's obviously from all of the processed carbs I was eating, and my body age increased by 4 years since finishing my last water fast. And number eight, definitely find other vegans to hang with, cook with, swap recipes with, because without the support, it can feel like a pretty lonely place. And on that note, I went out to eat at a vegan restaurant with a vegetarian friend of mine the night I broke my diet, which of course I hadn't planned to do. And the food was mind-blowing. I mean, if I could eat that food for 30 days, being vegan may have been a breeze. I've left their link in the description below, and stay tuned for more challenges and ways to maintain your youth and vitality always. Please share your comments and questions below, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy at home.